Have you ever wandered through an abandoned building and felt the echoes of its past? The walls, the floors, even the air, everything tells a story. Now imagine entering a forgotten theater where time seems to have stood still. What secrets do these decaying cinemas hold? What stories do their empty seats whisper? In today's video, we explore 8 abandoned theaters and cinemas of unforgettable beauty. Stay tuned. Could you imagine yourself in one of these eerie yet fascinating spaces? Let's delve into their stories. Loew's King's Theater, Brooklyn, New York. Have you ever entered a place so magnificent that you feel like you've entered a forgotten dream? That's exactly what Brooklyn's Loew's King's Theater offers. Opened in 1929, this opulent cinema is designed to make you feel like you're watching a film in an old European opera house. Picture it. Golden chandeliers, intricate crown molding, velvet curtains, and a breathtaking ceiling designed to replicate a night sky. Imagine the film reels rolling and the audience gasping at every twist and turn. But in the 1970s, Loew's King's Theater disappeared from public view. Its doors closed and the theater fell into disrepair. Now, after decades of neglect, it stands as a haunting shadow of its former glory. Yet, there's something fascinating about its ruins. Photographer Matt Lambros has spent countless hours documenting its beauty. It captures the eerie stillness of the once vibrant space, drawing attention to the ornate columns, curved staircases, and faded gold accents that are still visible. It's a place where time seems to stand still. The quiet echo of the past can be felt in every corner, and while it may no longer show films, it still tells a powerful story. Strolling through the space, you're almost transported back to a time when the theater was a beacon of entertainment, a place that transported people from their everyday lives to a world of glamour and glitz. Eastown Theater, Detroit, Michigan. Detroit's Eastown Theater is a stunning example of beauty becoming a ruin. Opened in 1931, it was one of the city's greatest movie theaters. With its colorful Art Deco facade and striking neon signs, the Eastown Theater once invited moviegoers to an experience like no other. This was a place where the city's working class gathered to escape their daily grind, enveloped in the splendor of a well-designed, spacious theater. But over the years, the Eastown slowly fell into disrepair, struggling to stay relevant in the changing times. By the late 1990s, the theater was abandoned, its seats gathering dust, its awning flickering in oblivion. Yet in this eerie silence, the haunting beauty of the Eastown Theater shines brightly. In the hands of photographer Julia Salas, the theater is transformed into a haunting time capsule, offering a glimpse into its faded glory. The seats, once filled with eager moviegoers, are now empty. The stained glass windows cast colorful patterns on walls that have peeled and cracked from neglect. Walking through the theater, you can almost hear the distant echoes of laughter and applause, a reminder of the lively atmosphere that once filled the air. The Eastown Theater is a relic, a piece of history frozen in time, where echoes of the past now dance in the silence. Empress Theater, Montreal, Canada. Imagine entering a space where the mysteries of ancient Egypt seem to come alive. That's what Montreal's Empress Theater promised when it opened in 1927. This magnificent cinema was one of the rare neo-Egyptian theaters, with its tall columns, intricate hieroglyphs, and the distant hum of mystery in the air. It was as if the theater transported you to a place far beyond the typical movie-going experience. The tall statues, the massive arches, everything exuded grandeur and exoticism, but over the years the crowds dwindled and the Empress Theater fell into disrepair. After 65 years of operation, it closed its doors in 1992, and what was once a palace of cinematic dreams became an empty shell of its former self. Today, the theater stands abandoned, its golden facades slowly succumbing to the ravages of time. The building's once stunning entrance is now hidden behind a chain-link fence. Its mysterious Egyptian motifs are still faintly visible, obscured by decades of neglect. It's almost as if the theater is holding its breath, waiting for someone to come along and rediscover the magic it once held. And yet, the specter of its past grandeur lurks in the ruins, an almost tragic reminder of the transience of fame and fortune. Despite proposals for demolition, the future of the Empress Theater remains uncertain. It's a place where history, culture, and mystery collide, making it an unforgettable stop for those who dare to venture into its decaying halls. Scala Cinema, Bangkok, Thailand. Bangkok's Scala cinema was once a beacon of Art Deco brilliance, and its bold and elegant design welcomed cinephiles to a world of wonder. Opened in 1969, the cinema wasn't just a place to watch films, it was an experience. With its towering neon sign, majestic facade, and lavish interior, the Scala was an integral part of the city's film scene. It was one of the last remaining single-screen cinemas in the bustling city, offering a nostalgic atmosphere for those seeking to escape the chaos of modern life. But like many other cinemas, time marches on, and so did the Scala. Over the years, multiplexes replaced the old single-screen format, and the Scala fell into disuse. In July 2020, it closed its doors for the final time. Now, uncertainty surrounds this magnificent building, with rumors circulating about its possible demolition or redevelopment. Yet despite the absence of the bustling crowds, there is an undeniable magic in its quiet, deserted state. The ornate arches, faded colors, and once magnificent cinema lobby whisper stories of a bygone era. The air seems to echo with the sounds of excited moviegoers, the hushed murmur of conversation mingling with the sound of spinning film reels. The Scala may be empty now, but its spirit lives on in every corner of the building, like a forgotten legend waiting to be rediscovered. It's an unforgettably beautiful place, filled with nostalgia for a time when cinemas like this were the heart of entertainment. Will it be lost to time or rise again as a relic of Bangkok's cinematic past? Only time will tell. Orpheum Theater, Wichita, Kansas. Enter the world of the Orpheum Theater in Wichita, Kansas, and you'll be transported back to a time when theaters were magnificent palaces, designed not just for entertainment but also for admiration. Opened in 1922, the Orpheum was an atmospheric theater designed to evoke the feeling of being in an open-air Spanish garden. The walls were decorated with artificial trees, ornate lanterns, and curved columns, creating an almost dreamlike environment for moviegoers. It wasn't just a theater, it was an experience. People came to watch movies, yes, but they also came to escape reality and lose themselves in a world of beauty and illusion. But like so many other great places of its era, the Orpheum eventually succumbed to the changing times. By the 1970s, its splendor had faded and the theater was abandoned. For years, it sat silent, its once vibrant halls slowly crumbling. What makes the Orpheum unique, however, is the community's tireless passion to save it. In 1978, it was declared a historic landmark, and restoration work began. Today, the Orpheum is one of Wichita's most beloved treasures, hosting events that attract people from all walks of life. It's a perfect example of how the past can be preserved, not just for nostalgia but to breathe new life into the present. But despite all the restoration work, there's something undeniably eerie about this magnificent theater. Walking through the building today, you can still feel the weight of its history. Whispers of the past mingle with the excitement of modern performances. It's a place that captures the essence of timeless beauty and the resilience of a community determined to keep its heritage alive. Palace Theater, Canton, Ohio. The Palace Theater in Canton, Ohio, has always been more than just a place to see movies. Opened in 1926, it was a vision of opulence, designed to give moviegoers a taste of high society. Local industrialist Harry Inc. spared no expense in its construction, and the result was a theater that was both a work of art and a functional space for entertainment. With its stunning design inspired by Spanish courtyards, the Palace Theater was intended to evoke a sense of wonder from the moment you enter. The arches, tilework, and intricate details on every surface gave the space an aura of grandeur, transporting audiences far from their everyday lives. For years, it hosted vaudeville shows, Broadway shows, and of course, movies. But over the decades, the Palace suffered the same fate as many other theaters, declining attendance and an increasingly outdated space. In 1976, the theater was abandoned and fell into disrepair. But unlike many of its counterparts, the Palace Theater had something others didn't: determined locals who refused to let it fade into history. A campaign to save the theater began, and in 1980, the Palace reopened its doors to the public. Today it continues to host live performances, showcasing its rich history and the beauty of its design. Restoration efforts preserve the essence of the original space, and modern upgrades ensure the Palace remains a vibrant cultural hub for the city. Walking through its doors now, it's hard not to be struck by the splendor still present, a lasting symbol of how a community's passion can preserve something truly special. The Palace Theatre may no longer be in the spotlight of the film world, but it's still a living, breathing part of Canton's cultural fabric. Rialto Cinema, Dunedin, New Zealand. The Rialto Cinema in Dunedin, New Zealand, possesses an enchanting charm that stands the test of time. Opened in 1928, it was once a majestic movie theater that drew crowds with its Moorish-inspired design, complete with soaring arches, intricate tile work, and a painted sky above it to mimic a night full of stars. Imagine entering a space where the air is filled with nostalgia and the promise of cinematic wonder. This was a place where dreams were projected onto the screen and audiences sat in awe beneath the glittering lights of the cinema's vast ceiling. Over the years, the Rialto became a local icon, embodying the golden age of cinema. But as the years passed and cinemas evolved, the future of the Rialto became uncertain. At the end of the 20th century, the cinema closed its doors, its seats empty and silent. In 1998, however, the Rialto was reborn and transformed into a 6-screen multiplex cinema, blending modern amenities with a historic ambiance. Today, the cinema continues to capture the spirit of the past while welcoming a new generation of moviegoers. The beauty of the Rialto lies not only in its architecture, but also in the seamless way it preserves its history while embracing the future. Although it has been altered to meet modern needs, there is still something undeniably haunting about its original design. As you enter the Rialto, you can still feel the echoes of a bygone era, the whispers of old films, and the rustle of long-gone audiences. It is a place where past meets present, making it a truly unique cinematic experience, haunting yet beautiful in its timelessness. Roxy Theatre, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. The Roxy Theatre in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan tells a story of resilience and beauty through the lens of history. Built during the Great Depression, it was a beacon of hope for the people of the time, providing a place of escape and entertainment amidst adversity. The theater's design, with its striking Spanish villa-style architecture, was a work of art in itself. Small balconies, intricate windows, and turrets that seemed to touch the sky made the Roxy more than just a movie theater. It was a dream come true. Its ceiling, painted to resemble the vast night sky, immersed audiences even deeper in the magic of the movies. But as the decades passed, the Roxy, like many others, faced an uncertain future. In 1989, it closed its doors, and the space fell into disrepair, its walls slowly crumbling and its once magnificent features fading. But the Roxy Theater's story didn't end there. Thanks to a determined group of locals, the Roxy was saved from demolition and restored to its former glory. Today it is used as a theater, retaining its unique design while still offering modern entertainment. Walking through the Roxy today, you can still feel the quiet strength that has withstood the test of time. The night sky above, the delicate arches, and the ornate details all remind you of the theater's incredible past. The Roxy may have changed its purpose, but its spirit remains undiminished, a testament to the power of community and the timeless beauty of its architecture. It's a place where the past lives on, reminding us that even in decay there is something beautiful and lasting. What an incredible journey through these unforgettably beautiful cinemas. Each one holds a piece of history waiting to be rediscovered. Which of these abandoned cinemas would you like to visit? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into forgotten places, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to DwellScape for more captivating explorations. Until next time, keep discovering the hidden gems of the world around us.